ever wondered what it was like to take the Think Media YouTube course? Well, I did, and so I took the course and I am going to give you my complete review. If this is your first time to the channel, what's up? My name is Paul, and on this channel we review all of the tools, books, and resources that are available to help you skill up to improve your life and your business in this digital economy. Now, when it comes to YouTube courses, let's face it, there's dozens out there. I think everybody who's had some type of success on YouTube, they have their own course that they put together to teach others how to do it. But one of the largest channels, one of the most popular channels, is Think Media. And so most of you are probably familiar. If you're not familiar, I'll go ahead and put a link over here to their channel. They give you dozens of resources on how you can succeed on YouTube. So when I saw this opportunity for this free course, it was called the YouTube 1K Challenge. I went ahead, I hopped on, and I took the full course. I applied everything that I learned, and I'm going to share it with you. So if you're just starting out your YouTube channel, if you're looking for success on YouTube, if you're trying to find your groove, then stay tuned, because I'm going to go over every little bit of the course. And the way that this course was structured, it was 5 days, 7 sessions. And each of those sessions lasted about an hour to an hour and a half. When you first enrolled in the course, they invited you to the Facebook group. They encourage you to chat with other people that are enrolled, other people that have YouTube channels. They really tried to build a sense of community amongst you and the other people that you were enrolling in the course. They asked you to introduce yourself, and there was a lot of chat back and forth on the Facebook page of people kind of explaining what their channel is, introducing themselves. So it was fun getting to see where everybody was, where they were at. People across the world were chiming in. I think there was maybe about 2,000 people that enrolled in this course from around the world. And it seemed to me like the experience level also was across the board. There was people that were brand new. A lot of people seemed to have just started their channel, then it fell off. They posted a few videos, then they stepped away for a couple of months or a couple of years, and they're getting back into it. So the course was really geared towards the beginners. And the whole concept was how to get your first 1,000 subscribers. So if you're looking to get your first 1,000 subscribers, chances are you're a newbie to the fact, right? So I went in probably with a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more research than a bulk of the people that were in the course, but there were people that had channels that had hundreds or even thousands of subscribers already that were just trying to learn some additional stuff. So let's get into the course. Session 1, the ASQ Method, the simple and easy YouTube strategy. Now, the ASQ Method, it stands for Answer Specific Questions. Basically, they tell you to find out what type of questions you can answer that's going to target your niche market. They pointed to the fact that 70% of the people that go on YouTube are going on YouTube to find answers to a question. And so why not gear your content towards the reason why people are on YouTube? Answer a specific question. So session number 2 is the TSS Method, and that is how to turn your knowledge and skills into views and money. And the big thing with the TSS method is that you teach a specific skill. And just like people are turning to YouTube to get answers, they're turning to YouTube to learn how to do things. And so they suggested 3 different formats. It could be a how-to blank, or something for beginners, or something for amateurs, or something for dads, something for somebody. And the last way is to do a tutorial, some type of tutorial, such and such tutorial. So for example, Airtable tutorial, how to use Airtable for beginners. The link is up above, guys, on my video that I put up last week using this exact method. So in this session, this is the first time they dove into how you can actually start making money on YouTube. And they, of course, mentioned AdSense because you can make money off of ads on YouTube. But in order to make ad revenue, you first have to be accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. And in order to do that, you need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 watch hours. So it does take some time before you can get there. So in the meantime, if you have some digital products, you can sell those. If you have physical products like a hat, a jersey, some physical product that you make, you can sell that. Or you can also sell your services, like if you're a consultant or if you do web design or some type of service you offered. YouTube is basically your promotional and your marketing tool to sell your other products and services so you can start making money by using YouTube without having to wait for the ad revenue to come in. Session number 3 was the RSP method, and that's the best type of YouTube videos for earning money. The RSP method stands for Review Specific product. There's two ways that you can review specific products, either by just reviewing the product itself, featuring that product in the video, maybe as an unboxing or your first experience or first time using a product, or highlighting some features, how you use it in your everyday life, showing particular features, how it works. And the second way would be a this versus that video, like a video that I have coming out here. Stay tuned, in a couple of weeks is going to be Airtable versus Notion, where I take two productivity apps and I compare them side by side, go over the features and the pros and the cons of each. Because let's face it, guys, people are looking to buy specific products and they are turning to YouTube to get answers. So this is a great way for you to get an item that people are already looking for and explaining and helping them along that buying journey. And once you start featuring specific products, the way that you turn that into money is through the affiliate program. So each product can have an affiliate link. For most companies, you can go on their website and click affiliate program, and it'll show you how you can get involved in the affiliate program. And if anybody clicks on that link to buy the product that you're talking about already, then you're going to get a small piece of that commission. And this can be very powerful because we're all familiar with Amazon, and we all know Amazon has a large affiliate program. There's a lot of people that's all they do is Amazon affiliate marketing. Because if you review particular products that you bought on Amazon, you can feature that on your channel. You can review that and add that affiliate link onto your description page, and as anybody goes on and they click on that link, they buy that product or anything that they buy within a period of time, then you're going to get a small commission on that, and that adds up over 10, 100, 1,000 people that may do that. That money starts to trickle in. And so affiliate marketing is a very powerful way for you to make money by using YouTube. Session number 4 was not so much of a method, but it was more of a teaching session where they featured 2 other YouTube creators that went through their course and kind of talked through 10 things that they wish they knew. And the top topic of the session was starting YouTube in 2022, 10 things we wish we knew. And so they featured a couple of things. They talked about patience. They talked about it takes time to build, and so you have to go into it expecting it's going to take time. They talked about how it's important for you to choose a specific theme or topic for your channel. The third thing they mentioned was that YouTube is different than the other social media outlets because YouTube is long form versus other things like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. They're all short form content. YouTube is long, so you have to be intentional with the material that you're putting out on YouTube. 5 is to respect your audience, and so that you could build trust. So you can't abuse your audience to build trust with your audience. 6, there's more to YouTube than just uploading videos. And so uploading video is just a very small part of it. Yes, you have to film the video, you have to upload it, but there's a lot of pre-production planning. Plan out your video, research your topics, write your scripts, get all the information in order, record the video, post it, and then after it, there's a whole section of the post-video promotion. How are you going to promote it? How are you going to get it out there to different people? Number 7 is add value first, then monetize. It's important that you bring value to your audience. And there's 2 things that's important. They say lead with value. Make value your number 1 thing. Always provide value up front. And number 2, your income is going to be directly related to the value that you provide. So if you're able to provide people with something of value to them, it gives them a reason then to pay for that value. If you're not adding anything of value, what are they paying for? So the more value that you add, the more income potential you have, because the more it's worth to the person who's going to pay for it. They tell you to be ready for positive and negative comments. And yes, we all know the negative comments can be unruly. It's somebody behind a YouTube account. They don't have to give their name. They don't have to give their face. So they can be pretty unruly with some of the negative comments. And the negative comments can impact your mental health. You have to have a thick skin. You have to learn how to take a punch. But also, positive comments can have a detrimental effect on you too, because if you get a lot of positive comments, then it may blow up your ego. Don't let the positive comments blow up your head. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody likes the person with the ego. They tell you that you have to think beyond YouTube. Yes, YouTube is important, right? Because that's why we're here. We're here to learn how to be successful on YouTube, but we don't know where YouTube is going to be 10, 15 years from now. And so you have to make sure you find a way to reach your audience in different avenues, whether it's a website, whether it's a newsletter, or other social media channels. Get a mailing list together. Make sure there's other ways that you can reach your audience, and be creative in reasons to get them over to those other platforms. Give them the ability to take a journey with you. For me, if you want to get on a more personal level and have a deeper relationship, then I encourage you to subscribe to my newsletter, where I'll send you weekly updates with everything that I'm doing and give you updates on all of my coursework and my projects, everything that I'm doing. So find different ways to reach people other than just YouTube. Use YouTube as the promotional and the marketing tool to introduce them to other ways that they can interact with you and build that relationship. The last thing to talk about is how viral videos can either help you or hurt you. There's so many times you hear about that viral video blowing up before people are ready, and then you get that expectation that every video is going to do well, and you're not prepared for it, so you can't follow it up with other content, and then that'll be the death of you. If you get this one great viral video up front and you're not prepared to follow it up with anything, then you're going to have very short shelf life. But it can help you. If you do get that viral video, it may help boost your subscribers, it may help boost your view time, and may help you monetize faster. But the caveat to that is, with that help, you have to be able to have content that's going to back it up. Session 5 is the influence method, and it's how channels get millions of views. And they really broke this down into 2 different parts, and this is one of the sessions that I found most helpful for me when I was mapping out my content and trying to think of some video ideas on how I can maximize it. First part was talking about trend surfing, and we all know there's ways that you can find different things that are trending on Google or things that are trending on YouTube. Find the trends that are specific to your niche and present material to ride that trend, right? You got to get it out timely. You have to get the right time. You have to get the right content. You have to get the right title, the right thumbnail. If you nail those 4 things, then you'll be able to maximize your growth on YouTube by finding the thing that's trending. But the one thing that was interesting to me, they talked about influence surfing, and this is the way that you can use somebody else's influence to bring attention to you. And so the way to look at it is this. Sean gave an example where he did a video called the Joe Rogan formula, and he did that as a way to talk about how you would create a podcast, because Joe Rogan is a famous podcaster. He's obviously good at what he does. Not everybody knows Think Media. Yes, they're a big channel, but more people know Joe Rogan than they know Think Media. And so nobody really knows Paul, right? Nobody knows Paul, but a lot more people know Think Media than they know about Paul. So this is the exact method I used for this video. Spoiler alert, right? Influence surfing. I'm surfing off the influence of Think Media to draw attention to this video, and then you'll hear from Paul, which is a guy that you may not have heard of until today. So thanks, Think Media. Appreciate that. And then they kind of went into this random thing about YouTube income stacking. I don't know why it was really in this particular session, but it just talked about different ways that you can make income on YouTube. Some of the things they went over before, like AdSense and selling products, right? Both physical and digital products. Here they talked a little bit more about affiliate programs. They talked about crowdfunding. They talked about, merchandise. They talked a little bit about brand deals, network marketing, book sales, coaching and consulting services, e-commerce, which is basically selling things, event ticket sales, so you can have events and sell tickets to those events, membership sites, you can build membership sites, have people pay for those, and of course digital products as well, which was kind of random, but there it is. They put it in there. And then the 6th session was ways to make your first $1,000 on YouTube. And this piggybacked on what they spoke about the day before, so maybe that was just a teaser to getting a little bit more in depth in this particular session. They dove a little bit more into YouTube AdSense. They talked about the affiliate marketing and crowdfunding. They talked about how you could create something to sell, which of course would be courses, digital products, merchandise, and physical products. Talked about sponsorship and brand deals. They mentioned this thing about local grants. So if you're a nonprofit or some type of organization, you can maybe apply for some grant money. And then they talked about working with brands in trade, where a brand is giving you free product for you to showcase on your channel. Either they want you to do a review on it, maybe they just want you to wear it, place it in your video or something, but they're going to give you something for free for you to showcase that rather than paying you to actually promote the product. So those are some ways that you can make your first $1,000 on YouTube. The last and final session was a YouTube growth plan, your stress-free way to get it all done. Now the way they went into it is the way that you could do it at 5 hours a week. But it's really not 5 hours a week, guys. They just kind of use that as an example, saying that if you take an hour a day away from watching a particular show or something that you're doing right now for entertainment and replace that with working on your YouTube channel, then those are 5 hours that you can add to do YouTube and make sure it's productive to get things done. But what they really wanted to talk about was the 3 C's: clarity, calendar, and commitment. Talking about, if you're going to be on YouTube, if you want to become a content creator, then you're going to have to be clear and have some clarity as to what you're going to do and how you're going to get to. Let's develop a plan. You have to have a plan to get there. You're starting with 0. How are you going to get monetized? Well, you have to have a plan, and that plan would involve knowing what your channel is about. It's about, identifying the right videos that's going to help your target audience, and then it's about remembering your why, because you're going to get discouraged, and if you want to stay for the long term, you have to remember, why do you want to become successful on YouTube? Draw on that at the time when it gets tough, and remind yourself why it is that you want to become successful. Of course, they added a lot of their own anecdotes and their own stories, and well polished, well done, and keeping you motivated reasons why they wanted to succeed on YouTube. And they just use that as a crux to say, what is your story? What is your why? Why do you want to become successful? The calendar, make sure you schedule time, be purposeful in finding time to do your work on your content. Make your calendar so that you're able to fit in the important activities in your life. You have to manage your job. If you have a job, you have to manage family, kids, friends, chores, tasks, workouts, all that stuff that you have to fit into your 24 hours of your day. Sleep, right? Or else you're going to get stressed and burnt out, and it's not going to work. So if you want to sustain, if you want long-term impact on YouTube, if you want to become a successful content creator, then you have to be purposeful with your time. So they suggested block scheduling, setting off blocks in your calendar of particular tasks and when to do them. They talked about making specific time for income producing ideas. Some suggestions they had is finding out when you are most productive and scheduling that time to work on your income producing ideas, which is things that's going to bring you revenue from YouTube. Are you creating a product? Are you creating a course, a membership site, a digital book? What is it that you can actually then monetize eventually when you do have the trust and respect and an audience that will be able to purchase those products? And then the last thing was commitment. Of course, we all know that you have to stay committed. YouTube is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's going to take a long time. Most people say it takes at least 100 videos for you to start gaining traction. So in order to do these 100 videos, you're really going to have some commitment. So they encourage you to stay committed. The goal is to do at minimum 1 video per week. That seems to be the magic number. I hear it from multiple channels. Anybody who has anything to say about being consistent on YouTube, consistency is important, and at minimum 1 video per week. Also, start now. Start with what you have. Don't look for perfection. It's not going to be perfect. When you start, it's going to look ugly. But that's okay, because you have to go through the task. You have to go through the motions. You have to learn the skill. You have to learn how to edit. You have to learn how to record. You have to get your flow. And in order to do that, you have to start. There's a TED Talk I just watched about it takes 20 hours for you to get reasonably good at any particular task. So if it takes 20 hours, then that means you're going to have to spend 20 hours doing something, and you're going to start ugly. It's not going to be good, and it's definitely not going to be great when you first start, and that's okay. Just get out there, start, make it happen. And then the last thing, and what they left you with, is that you have to invest in yourself. And that goes with anything in life, anything you want to be successful at, anything that you want to be good at. You have to invest in yourself. I'm a big believer in upskilling, right? Putting money behind yourself. The best investment you can make is to put money in yourself, learn a new skill, and that's what you want to spend your money on. And of course, they had a lot of options on how you can spend your money to become better at YouTube. They have a lot of courses, they have live events, they have books, they have downloadable product that you can buy in order to become a better content creator, to become more successful on YouTube. But most importantly, find what it is that you want to become successful at. If it's YouTube, if it's a content creator, then make sure you find things to learn. Soak in some knowledge. Practice your skills, invest in yourself, and that investment is going to be one of the best investments you make in your life. So that's it, guys. Those are the 7 sessions that we had over the 5 days in the Think Media's YouTube 1K challenge. I hope you enjoyed that material. I hope you learned something from that. I'm going to go ahead with a quick final thoughts on what I thought about the program overall, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up so you guys can get back to doing what you need to do. Overall, it delivered on what I expected to deliver on. It was professional. It was well put together. It was organized. Everybody that spoke was professional. They were empathetic. They were passionate. They came off as caring and humble, and that's what you expect out of Think Media. That's kind of their brand, and so they delivered on that. They also delivered on my expectation that there was going to be a lot of upsells. I just did not expect so many. I mean, at least a half an hour for each of the sessions was spent on motivation, encouragement, and talking to you about other ways that you can better your game by buying products and services that they offer. And as to be expected, they do have a lot of products and services. That's what their channel is about. They have resources for you to become, to up your YouTube game. And so they have resources for you. So there were a lot of upsells. I do find that, 7 sessions over a course of 1 week collectively is probably about 10 hours of material, 10 hours spent on the lives on Facebook. It could have really been condensed to maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most if they wanted to get into detail, because each session, let's face it, guys, was about 20 to 30 minutes most of content. When they actually discussed the methods, there was a lot of repeats, there was a lot of repetition about the different types of income streams, ways that you can make additional money outside of AdSense. So, a lot of it was fluff. There was some encouragement, there was some motivation, there was a system to how they presented it. They have to have the story and the build up and then the solution. And so there's a method to it. I get it. I understand it. They did it perfectly. They did it flawlessly. But let's be real. All of that material could have been covered in a more condensed time frame. So overall, you get what you pay for, right? I am totally happy with it. It was 10 hours that I spent. I learned some great things. I was able to network a little bit. I heard some great ideas. There was some encouragement and some motivation and some things that we always have to remind ourselves, especially when you're into the thick of it and you're actually in it and you're working and you're getting depressed because you're not seeing immediate results. It's good to have people that have been there talk about how they went through it, what they experienced, and to tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my full review of the Think Media YouTube course, the YouTube 1K challenge. If this was something that you enjoyed, if you want to see more content like this, make sure that you hit that like button, because it does go a long way for the YouTube algorithm to make sure my content gets out there a little bit more. And if you're looking for more content on how to become a content creator, I have a playlist here on my channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified as new videos come out. And if you're interested in following me on this journey in a more personal and intimate setting, then make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter. The link will be down below. My newsletter is a way for me to send you personal updates straight to your inbox every week on my fears, my failures, my successes, my joys. Get to share it, all of that with me. Know what I'm learning, what I'm working on in real time as I send those updates out to you. So I hope to see you there. And guys, this is your boy Paul signing off. I'll see you the next time. Take care.